Everybody, and welcome to today's vlog. Today's video is courtesy of one of you guys. I am really trying to remember her name, but I can't recall. But I remember the question that she asked me. I saw this comment this morning as I was getting ready to go to church, and I remember the question she asked, and I remember congratulating her. But I really can't recall her name. But I hope by the time you guys get this video, I'll be able to find her comment and tag it here. I remember on her comment, she said she's now on her final stage of her cabin service assistant interview. So she's gone through several stages of her interview. She's now on her last interview, and she wanted me to give her some tips. So guys, if you don't know what a cabin service assistant job is and what it entails, there's a video that I did in detail explaining what this job is all about, what they do, how they dress, what their job is, what their role is, how if they travel to another country, where they stay, and all that. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to link the link on that video that I did prior on the description below, so that if you haven't watched that video and you're wondering what is cabin service assistant, you are going to get informed. However, briefly I can mention what that is. Generally, they say that the job purpose is to organize, hygienically clean, and personalize the A380 shower spas with the objective of ensuring each first-class customer who uses this unique onboard feature is delighted by the experience. So as you can tell from this is the cabin service assistant job, is to make sure that the A380 shower spas are hygienically clean, and that's their job. They don't serve, they won't attend to any service the client or the passenger might request. If there is anything any passenger wants, they can listen to the passenger and ask the cabin crew to go ahead and do whatever the passenger is requesting, or answer to the passenger's request. But their job strictly is just to take care of the spas. The video that I did prior, I went into details to explain more in depth, if you're wondering or if you want to know more about it. But let me on this video answer my friend who asked a question. They wanted me to give them a tip on how to go about it. So usually on the very last interviews, this is when they do the one-on-one. The last time I checked, I knew they call you, they do a video or a phone call, and they'll send you an email, and probably give you an option to choose the date and time when it's suitable for you, and they will give you all the breakdown of how you're supposed to prepare for the interview. Remember, you're supposed to be in a quiet place. Remember, you're supposed to be prepared. Remember, you're supposed to be in a place where either the internet or your network is working. If they call you on your phone number, your network has to be very good, because you don't want to be in a place where either of you can't hear each other. You want to be in a situation where you can hear them clearly and they can hear you clearly. Number two, make sure you're in a quiet place. You don't want your roommates to be on the other side watching Netflix or screaming or having a party, and you're in your room trying to concentrate, and you can hear them saying, hurry up, we're waiting on you, we want to cut the cake. So you want to be in a place where you can concentrate, and because this is your last shot, you want to give it your best. So if you gave it your best at the interviews where you've already passed, this is the very best, because remember, you can either get a yes or a no on this final interview. So give it your very best. So I'm going to give you tips on what to expect on this call. Sometimes they will even ask you to go to the headquarters, because I know you said you're in Dubai. You're not a UAE national. I can't remember what country you told me you're from, but I remember you saying you're from a certain country and you are currently living in Dubai. So they might call you to the headquarters to go for your one-on-one interview. So remember, on this one-on-one, you're probably not going to see your fellow colleagues who you went on an interview together. Everybody will have their session or timing when you will be called or you will attend the interview. So it's just going to be you and the interviewers. So what to expect? Before I even say what to expect, if you're watching this video and you really like what I do, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. It is absolutely free. Subscribing to my channel, I will never ask you for any penny. Even though I'm giving you very informative information, it is absolutely free to click on that subscribe button so that every time I share or every time I post a video that's going to be helpful for you in the future, it's you will be notified. Because sometimes I see people reaching out to me on videos that I've already done prior, and I'm like, if only you subscribed, you would have notice that I answered your question on a video. So let me go back to what to expect. Expect on the one-on-one interview, expect scenario-based questions. This will be questions where they'll be like a scenario, like tell me over time, have you ever experienced this at work? How did you handle that? All right. Can you tell me of a time where you went out of your way to solve a problem? Tell me of a time where you provided the best customer service. Tell me of a time, those kind of scenario based questions. Number 2, expect to be asked experience gained from your previous work. What did you gain from your previous work? So you said you were a receptionist. What skills or what did you gain from it? You can probably mention the knowledge that you have right now, because the job customer service, they always look for people who are experienced in like cleaning. So if you've ever worked in housekeeping, so they might probably ask you what you gained, and you might say it being your first job, you gained a lot of knowledge to know how to make sure that you can transform a place from it looking very dirty to probably looking sparkling hygienically clean. You can probably say you've learned how to work as a team, solve problems, like experience gained from your previous work. So remember, this is when you shine. If there's a time you want to show off or speak well of yourself, this final interview, this is when you praise yourself. Mention the things that you've gained. Tell them you've gained experience that you feel like you're going to bring forth to this company and take the company to the next level. You have an eye for detail. You can already tell that this place is not looking to the standard that is supposed to be. So tell them you have an eye to details. The other thing that you're supposed to expect on this is the knowledge about the job or role in the company you are applying for. So they might ask you, if you're applying for the cabin service assistant, they might ask you about knowledge you have when it comes to hygiene and cleaning. They might ask you questions in related to that. The other thing is personal skills and qualities that you have. Personal skills, and this is where you shine with problem solving, eye to detail. You're a team player. You can work under no supervision, meaning you're someone who has integrity, who can be trusted, and stuff like that. The other thing I might say, that expect questions like how you learned from your past mistakes. So you can mention a mistake that you did prior and how you learned from that. It doesn't have to be anything major. It can be something as small, and then mention what you learned from it. It can be something simple, what you learned from it. All right. Okay. Those are the questions that you should expect, and it will be well. Just take your time before you answer. And if you remember a scenario that one of your colleague had before, and you are proud of what they did, mention it, and tell that story that you saw someone else dealing, and let it be your story. That's a trick that's a secret that I can give it to you. You know, if you've seen any of your colleague in your current job that you're working right now who was able to solve a problem, you know, if you remember that story very well, tell it as it is your story, and that's going to help you answer these questions, because sometimes you feel like they ask questions and you haven't experienced that kind of an event. But if you really don't have a scenario to tell them, I am fortunate to not have had that kind of situation happen, but if it did or it happens in the future, this is how I'm going to handle it. Probably approach my supervisors, get some advice on how to solve it, and go about it in the right way. All right, so I think that's about it. I hope this video will be helpful, and I wish you all the best. You got it. Just believe that this is your time and give it your best shot. I wish you all the best.